This part may begin with the exit in plain sight, but trust me when I say we're still quite a ways away from actually leaving this room. Because the way this room is laid out, because I have my map in front of me, the entire upper right corner, which I'm in right now, it's pretty much a dead end. So what I gotta do, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit, and then the area where I'm gonna end up, which is the upper middle area, there are gonna be two trainers there, and right past them there's a rock climbable wall that leads to the exit. However, there's just one small problem. Buck is with me, so that means I can't use rock climb at all. Sucks, doesn't it? Well, anyway, as a result, I'm going to be forced to go the long way around. Not really forced, because I was going to go there anyway. There's that really long and winding path in the upper left corner of the room that I'm going to have to go through. And once I get through that, I'm going to be able to get to the exit. Now, one thing about the map that I'm using, which comes from Serebii, is that when you look at the map like that, it looks as though there's nowhere to go after a while. You're going to hit a dead end, and there's no way to reach the exit. However, if you look at the map really closely, you're going to see that there's actually a staircase that goes up a slope, but it actually goes down on the screen. So that means that it's actually very hard to see the stairs. At least I hope there are stairs there. There should be, because of the tile where they end is, well, there are two trainers on each side of it, so yeah, there are probably stairs there. I can't believe they would make a dungeon with a dead end like that, especially since I've already gone through there. And speaking of dead ends like that, there's actually one such place in Black and White, which is in the giant chasm. Because if you just go around in circles around the place, you'll realize that you can never find the exit to that place until you get to the pond in the middle of the area, and then everything flash freezes, and you can go through to an area you couldn't go to before. But here it's not the same thing. It's just a set of stairs that's really hard to see on the map. I say it's that way in on the printed version of the map, but if you look at the image on Serebii, you'll notice the same thing, that the stairs, from the angle at which the map was taken, it's really hard to see. And I'm wondering exactly how those maps were extracted in the first place, because as far as the game camera goes, as you can see, it's sort of hard to explain, but it's at more of an angle than the actual map. So we got trainers here. Give me a second while I put Zapdos back in the lead. So yeah, that's about all I wanted to say, and that rock climbable wall right there is what leads to the exit, and the stairs to the left are where I actually have to go to reach the exit, while Buck is with me. Which reminds me, I just wanted something to sink into my next subject. Some of you have mentioned that about what I've mentioned in the last video about how the offspring of hacked Pokemon should be considered hacked. Well, I'm surprised that, a lot of you people actually consider that this is like half legit or something. For me, there's no such thing as a glass that's half full or half empty in that case. It's either entirely legit or it's not. It's as simple as that. And here, I'm just gonna take an even more extreme example than the one that I used in the last video, the one with Mamoswine. Let's say, for example, you hack a female Shadow Tag Chandelure. You see where I'm going with this, aren't you? And you use it to breed a Shadow Tag Litwick. Well, is that Litwick going to be considered legit? I would be surprised if any of you accepted to do battle against such a Pokemon, because it's not accessible yet. I don't think anyone's going to argue that that thing is not legit, even though it hatched from an egg in a process that might make it look legit, because it just isn't. Now, some might say that it's possible to get a thick fat Mamoswine, it's also possible to get an Ice Shard Mamoswine, just not the two at the same time, normally. Whereas it's entirely impossible to get a Shadow Tag Chandelure right now because it just hasn't been released yet. So, I really want to know the opinion of the people who were saying that Mamoswine from the last video was like half legit or something, because I think they'd do like anyone else. They would just rage quit if they were exposed to a Shadow Tag Chandelure, because it hasn't been released and it's simply not meant to exist. Even though it was hashed in a way that might make it seem legitimate. No. I would never, ever accept that. But enough of that. On to something else. You know, you guys surprise me sometimes. I haven't had a single private message or a single comment about, a while ago when Korokoro came out, there were a few scans found on the internet of various stuff related to Pokemon, such as, for example, the movie 14 distribution, which was on Serebii, but PokeBeach also posted a scan of, that page saying that they would announce that new game next month. And the thing about that scan is that there's a screenshot of the game and by that I mean black and white, or possibly the deluxe version, though I really doubt it for reasons I'm about to get into. Yeah, there's a screenshot, and QRAM is actually featured on that screenshot, and just behind that screenshot, you can see the official art of QRAM, hinting at the possibility that the game might be the deluxe version for black and white. Now, I seriously doubt that's it for two reasons. First, there was that magazine that came out today that was supposed to announce what it was, and in the end, it said, "Oh, you know what? We're going to wait one more month until we actually announce it." So that means that when it's announced, we're going to be well into the month of June, which is way too late for any kind of main game announcement. I think the latest we had was late April for Hard Gold and Soul Silver, but so yeah, there's just no way that it's the deluxe version if it's going to be announced in June. And as for that scan, I honestly don't think it's real, for a very simple reason. In that screenshot, you see a QRAM using Draco Meteor on a Stunfisk. However, the only way to get a Draco Meteor on a QRAM is by taking it to Drayden or Iris after you beat the Elite Four, and they will teach it a Draco Meteor. And the fact is that the battle also takes place in a cave. So that means that it's not a human player, because as far as I know, there's no way to have a battle involving two human players take place in a cave. So that means that either it's fake, or QRAM is actually going to get Draco Meteor through level up, and the odds of that are very, very, very slim, because, as I said, it's very, very easy to give QRAM Draco Meteor. You just have to take it to Drayden or Iris, so there would be no point whatsoever in putting it in the level up move pool. Now, it's happened before that some moves that became tutors in the same game were added to level up move pools as well. However, we're talking about tutors that you have to pay to use, such as, for example, one example was given to me. I think it was Uproar Hoot Hoot or something like that. But yeah, Uproar, you have to pay for that. You have to pay for that tutor, whereas Draco Meteor, it's entirely free, so there would really be no point in adding Draco Meteor to the move pool, to the level up move pool of QRAM or anyone else's, for that matter. So yeah, I really think it's fake, because there are just so many things that don't add up about that scan. And besides, I don't think Game Freak and Nintendo are so crappy at marketing that they would release and that they would announce the deluxe version right now, because it would just cannibalize the sales for Black and White, which are still selling like hotcakes. So yeah, I'm sort of surprised that it has never ever been brought up at all on this channel, whether it's in private messages or comments for any given video, because usually whenever there's stuff like that, you guys are usually all over it. So yeah, either you just didn't see the scan I'm talking about, which is found on Pokebeach. And by the way, something very interesting is that neither Serebii nor Bulbagarden actually mentioned that scan at any point, or what was on it. So if the two most credible fan sites didn't mention anything about it, I would be sort of inclined to think it's fake. Not to mention that Pokebeach has reported on some fake stuff before. Remember how Tauros was supposed to evolve into Black and White and it never did? Okay, sure, it got sort of a counterpart with the Buffalant. However, yeah, Pokebeach has reported on fake stuff before, and Serebii and Bulbagarden didn't say anything about that scan. So right now, I really think it's fake, though. Though, of course, it could be for real. However, the odds of that are extremely slim. But I'll be pissed if that's it, because that would just be a pathetic marketing decision, and they wouldn't have had enough time, to brainstorm for ideas for stuff to add in the deluxe version. I think that process at least takes 2 years, especially if they already started throwing ideas around for Generation 6, because it's become known after the fact that they had started the development of Black and White right after Diamond and Pearl first came out. So right now they're sort of developing 2 games at the same time. Right now, at least 2, in fact. And by the way, those trainers here were the last trainers in this place, so that means that we're actually pretty close to being done there. Just looking at the map, there's just this one little, well, not one stretch of land, and whoa! I was about to forget to send Cresselia back in front, because seriously, Zapdos can't really do a whole lot against the wild Pokemon that are in this cave. And wow, we've actually gone quite a long way without encountering a wild battle. And wow, this is great. I think we might actually get out of here in this video. Yeah, we're actually at the exit. I didn't expect to finish this today at all, but wow, I'm not complaining. So next time on Pokemon Platinum, we're gonna confront Charon once and for all.